Alright guys, welcome back to this video. In this video I'll be sharing with you certain reasons why you may be experiencing uh, a reduced growth rate amongst your pigs. If you've been rearing pigs for quite a while, or if you're just new to pig rearing, pig farming, this video is extremely essential for you. Now I'll be sharing about 4 different reasons why you may be experiencing a reduction in the growth rate of your pigs. That means your pigs are not growing as they should. And I really hope this video will help you make the right adjustment to your farm to ensure you are getting the right result you need. Now, the very first reason why you may be having poor growth rate among your pigs is the one thing I've been stressing for this many months, and which is the genetics. The genetics is extremely important, more like beyond every other thing and above every other thing. Your genetic plays a very key role in if you're going to have a successful pig farm or not. Take this from someone with the experience that I have. Once you start with the wrong genetics, be less assured that you've started on the wrong foot, because no matter how much input in terms of money, finances, energy, time you put into that animal, it can only give you what it's made up of. So you can't get a local fowl to grow to the rate that a broiler fowl will grow to, no matter how much time, energy, effort, or whatever you give to it. So your genetics is quite the most vital part of pig farming. You need to start. I understand that the right genetics are sometimes more expensive, but you need to ensure you endure that initial cost, because of course once you have the right genetics on your farm, even if it's just 2 of them, it's more better than you getting 20 wrong genetics, because that 20 right genetics can keep producing right genetics for you. And of course a pig farm is not two pigs is not a poor number to start with, because you can start with 2 pigs and in no time at all you are talking about 100 pigs. So obviously starting with the right genetics, even though there may be fewer numbers, is not a wrong decision. Believe me, don't be too enthusiastic to wanting to get 10, 15, 20 pigs, even though they are the diminished breed, the wrong genetics. So rather go to a farm that you know they sell the right genetics, invest in that right genetics. And then even your housing, which is as important as your housing may be, I could literally say you could start with a poor house. When I mean a poor house, I mean a low cost house, and upgrade to a modern house. That's far better than starting with a wrong breed, a diminished breed, and then trying to the best thing to do is to always start with the right breed, because you will get your profit, you would see the result, you will see your inputs, you will get the right outputs from your input, and that would really encourage you to do more. You'll be encouraged, because when the buyers come to buy the pigs, some of them, they scale these animals. There are some buyers that they go with scaling the animals, so that means you would only be able to get the optimal price for your animals if your animals weigh have quality weight. And they can only have quality weight if they converted the feeds you gave to them well, and they can only convert that feed well if they are the right breed. I don't know if you're really following me. So having the right genetics goes a long way in encouraging you in continuing in pig farming. So the first thing is having the right genetics. Now I want to also reveal to you that not only you need to be selective when breeding. Not only you may have 10 animals from the same genetics, the exact same genetics, the pure breed, and 1 or 2 of them may not be perfect. So it's not every animal that came from a particular genetics that you use for your breeding. There are situations like that where 1 or 2 of them will just not grow really right and really well. So you have to select the right breeders. That means when you go to a farm, don't just let them give you any animal. Select the right breed. Look for the right qualities in each of the animals that you want to see in your offspring before you decide to pick them up for breeding. Be very careful about selecting the right genetics and the right breeders when starting your pig farm. Now the next thing I'll be talking about is your feeding. Obviously you probably expected me to talk about the feeding, because if you have the right genetics and you follow the mindset of pigs eat anything and you decide to give them anything, like I saw a person that was enthusiastic in knowing that pigs can eat banana leaves and all these other things. Well, as good as that may be for supplements, for supplementing their feed, you cannot feed them mainly on that and expect them to have the optimal growth rate. I hope you really understand that. So don't just go with the mindset of trying to have a reduced cost of feeding and then you feed them with just anything. All the cheapest feeds around, rice bran. If you go to a feed store now, rice bran will probably be the least amount of money. Soya beans will be the highest. You should understand that if you feed soya beans and rice bran to your animals, two different animals, the difference will be too clear. It will be as far as day is from night when you see how their development rate will be. And all these things have to do with time. Your business is a time-based business. You don't want to rear your animal for 1 year and they've not clocked 70 kg. Actually, in 6 months, you should be dealing with about 70 kg already. In 6 months, 70 to 100 kg, depending on how well you feed them and depending on their genetics. So you having animals in your farm for a very long time is counterproductive. So you should invest in the right feeds. I've released on several videos on how we formulate our own feeds in a more economical way. You can check them out. They are right on the channel. You can employ certain ways where you can still feed them right, but also economically by being resourceful, making use of the resources around you. There are some certain resources around you that are called waste. Like in our area now, we have the bread waste. They do not use that for anything. They cannot sell that to the bread factory cannot sell that to their buyers. So obviously that's like a waste to them. But we can extract that and use it for our pigs, which is very good, a very good energy source. So knowing how to blend the different food resources together to still get the right result is like a skill you must have as a pig farmer. So make sure you feed your animals right. That's the second reason why your pigs may not be growing well. Now the third reason, which is one other very key thing you must pay attention to, is your medication. You see, there are some routinely medications that should be happening on your farm, because if your pigs have, for instance, no matter how good their genetics is, no matter how perfect your feeding formula may be, having worms will impede their growth. So you have to be very intentional about medicating your animals properly. It's one thing to medicate them regularly, it's also one thing to medicate them properly. Get the right medications, use them rightly, and ensure you practice the prevention being better than cure scenario. So don't wait for your animals to get sick before you start trying to give them medications. That may be counterproductive. Believe me, if your animals get sick, even though they may recover from it, but in the process of recovering from it may really make them already have like a reduction in their growth rate. So ensure you make sure that their medications are very, very consistent and properly administered. So you can check out other videos on how to medicate animals rightly. Now the last on the list that I'll be talking about is the issue of overcrowdiness, because most of the time when you poorly plan your project, there's always a tendency that the number of animals may outgrow the space you have. So for instance, let's say you have the space for 10 animals, and in no time at all your animals give birth, and then you are having more like 20 animals. And in order for you to keep them up in your farm, you want to also you don't want to sell them, so you want to keep them. So you start congesting the animals in that small area you have. That's a very big issue. So always plan adequately with your housing on the number of animals you intend to have, and make sure that you expand if need be, or you sell off your animals if need be. It is extremely important that you give them the right spacing. I think I'll release a video recently, very soon, on the right spacing for your animals, so that they can have the optimal growth you require. If you congest your animals, be less assured that they will not grow right. So once you take them off to a better place where the space is okay, you will see how they start to grow perfectly. So I really hope this video has been very helpful to you. I hope this would help you to make the right to get the right results in your farm. Once again, if you're new to this channel, I would love you to subscribe and check out more of our others that are already on the channels, and make sure you come back for more greater, better videos that I'll be releasing to you. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.